Give me a moment as I get combobulated. Hi, Kat. Kat says good morning. Good morning to you, Kat. Hey, Goldie. Vamps is here. Selma's here. Well, that's that's not a great way to start our day there, Selma, with that news. Pardon me, guys. Hey, Skits. Just like not saying have a great day. You too, Skits. Thanks. Rosie says hi. Hey, Rosie. Vamps says hi there, lovely people. Hey, Vamps. Hey, Lee. Hi, Cindy. Cindy, it's nice to see you. Everyone is saying hi. So I've came to a definite conclusion this morning. The ultimate bowl of oatmeal does indeed have a teaspoon, whatever your definition of a teaspoon happens to be, in it. That's it. That's my conclusion for the day. I can go back to bed. I can wait. I can start tomorrow now because my lesson for the day is complete. Peanut butter makes everything better. Add peanut butter to any, of course, depends on what we're talking about. I don't think a teaspoon of peanut butter in spaghetti is going to improve the spaghetti. I could be wrong. I'll never know. If you guys want to pick up the experiment and take it from here and let me know what you think. Not to get started on an uncomfortable subject, there's a possibility that a teaspoon of peanut butter in a bowl of mushy peas might be a game changer. I'll never know. But if someone is willing to, again, be the guinea pig, let me know. Sniper says, did you see my oversized terrapin? I did not. Is it on your page, Sniper? Can you drop a link for it? Can you drop a link and not Rickroll me? Is it possible for a Sniper to actually drop a link and not Rickroll me, as he has done countless times in the past? Someone says, I'm not dating Jackson because I'm dating Harrison. Well, it's not for me to point out the obvious to people. But I think you know, Selma. Anna, how are you? Hey, William. Hey, that's true. Brown says William knows his nut butters generally across the board. Peanut butter goes well in many situations, and it wouldn't be exactly spaghetti, but make peanut butter sauce for Asian noodle dishes. Have you ever had peanut stew, African peanut stew? It's a very versatile peanut. The peanut itself, which is actually a legume, I don't know how it became peanut butter. Anyway, um, it's a very versatile legume. I was going to say nut. It's a very versatile legume. Look up George Washington Carver. We all learned about him in school. If you were a certain age, I don't know if they still teach him or not. Hey, Willow. Willow, how are you? Have you picked a name? Hey, Buddha. Buddha, thanks for being here. Hey, Lee. Anna says, I'm very good. Yogi, how are you today? I'm doing pretty good, Anna. Looking forward to my walk. Tuesdays, Thursdays are easier days. No kettlebells. I'll just do some burpees, some pull-ups. I might do a members only live stream where if I get the notion to vacuum my floor, I will do a little yoga routine. Or if I don't, then I will talk about breath work and maybe do some breath work. We'll do breath work here if you guys want. He says, Yogi, could we arrange that breath work to regulate my condition, please? Yes. Give me some time frames. Send me some time frames. And we'll get started. Here's the general rule of thumb that we go by. 3 times a day, you make a practice out of it. You guys know how I feel about practices. I actually have a paradoxical view on practices. But in the case of breath work, 3 times a day therapeutically as needed. Because the key word that Lee used, that Magnetic North used, was regulate. We want to regulate our vagal nerve, our ability to go from that fight or flight down to the rest and digest. I use the example that let's say that extreme level of fight or flight when we are acting out in a rage is level 9 or 10, and our extreme peacefulness of being in deep sleep is a 0. Ideally, we wake up from 0, we do some gentle breath work, and we are at 2 or 3, maybe even 4, where we're attentive, we are responsive, and we handle all situations with gentleness and care. Ideally. Nowadays, because of conditions of the world, because of that bombardment of news, because of the vast majority of social media is designed to get a response. Response is, well, let's say a reaction. A reaction is good in terms of social media. Hey, Chris. Chris, how are you? My singing partner. Tomorrow. I still haven't practiced. I'm flying by the seat of my pants. I've always loved that expression. I don't know why. I'm partial towards the seat of my pants. Um, and man, the thought of flying by the seat of my pants, who wouldn't want that? Who doesn't want flying pants? Why haven't we gotten that? It's 2025, guys. Let me make an appeal to the technicians, the scientists, the inventors, the innovators, the future Elon Musks of the world. Where are my flying pants? I'm 60 years old, guys. I have limited time. I was told today, this morning, in another live stream, in the wonderful Cat and Jack's live stream, my flying days at 60 might be in jeopardy. They might indeed be over. And I have no flying pants. What's up with that? I do have peanut butter, though. So, hey, it evens out. We're good, Willow. Willow, how are you? Hey, sissy. Anyway, we're going to sing. Tomorrow we're going to sing. Chris and I, we're going to sing TV theme songs. Now, we have a select list, but that doesn't mean you guys can't try to throw one out there if you want us to give it a try. And by us, I mean Chris. Skits is laughing. Flick back here through live streams. You needed to be here to talk about flying pants and peanut butter. Chris says there are a few songs I don't know, so we both are. Oh, anyway, I'm pretty good, Willa. I'm confused. So we're at that level 3. We should be. Right now, we should all be at like level 3. We should be kind, caring, attentive, responsive, able to do what needs to be done to interact with the day in a kind and caring, compassionate manner. But because of all that stuff that I mentioned, because of the lack of flying pants, we wake up at level 4, sometimes at level 5, and we turn on our computer, we doom scroll, and we're at level 6. And then we drive through busy traffic, everyone upset, everyone else at level 6, and we deal with customers or bosses or whatever, and we're at level 7. Ready to burst. There's no hope, right? Doesn't get better. Circumstances, the outer world, it's not going to get better. It isn't. Sorry to say. But you know what will get better? Our ability to retrain ourselves to be responsive, to remember to be kind, to remember to care. That's the role of forgiveness. However, in order to be most effective in our forgiving assignment, we need to retrain the central nervous system. So we wake up in the morning, and instead of shooting up to level 4, let's pause. You don't need to know what's going on in CNN right now. You don't need to know what Fox News or MSNBC is screaming at you right now. I'm I like to think of myself as somewhat politically engaged. However, I am not political. I'm not taking sides. My politics, to paraphrase Gandhi or the Dalai Lama, my politics is kindness. I vote to be kind. I vote for the candidate that reflects my values as a yogi, as a student of A Course in Miracles, as a human being, as a spiritual being having a human experience. Oh, what did I miss? Phil says, I'm confused thinking about names. It'll come to you, the right name. Hey, Tiger King. Eric, get back to. I don't know what that means. But welcome back. If you was a biscuit to describe yourself, what biscuit would you be, Eric? Well, right now I'm dealing with thoughts of peanut butter. So it would have to be a peanut butter oatmeal chocolate chip cookie. How does that sound? Well, good pick. She suits that. So we wake up in the morning, we skip all that doom scrolling, we do some breath work, just enough of a sympathetic style of breath work, like fight or flight, to produce the right hormones, as well as getting that first light to the eyes, to produce the hormones that we need, cortisol and neuroephedrine and adrenaline. Just enough to give us that get up and go, a natural cup of coffee. And then in the afternoon, we have an even breath to keep us even keeled, not too far up, not too far down. Like breathing in for 4 and exhaling for 4. Hey, Chicken Nut. Chicken Nut says, very insightful, Eric. You benefit me and many others. Where did that go? Without even realizing how much we need it. You know what? You guys do that for me as well. I have no idea what I'm going to talk about, especially flying pants, until those words actually start formulating. Cindy says, Yogi, have an amazing day. My break time over. Day to everyone. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you for being here. Warren says, any breath to help miracle me into remote dev job? No. However, you can do breath work to help be more responsive to what the situation requires. Meaning, if the situation requires to wait, then breath work helps you be more patient. If the situation requires some type of action that you're hesitant to get up and go, then the right breath will help you get up and go and get it done. William says, flying by the seat of your pants is parlance to when aviation started due to lack of flight navigation instruments. Well, okay, historically. But I'm holding it as a failure of the collective's inventiveness. And no one can change my mind. We should have flying pants. No one can convince me otherwise. Like you guys wouldn't take advantage of it. You'd be flying here right now, showing off. Look at me, flying by the seat of my pants. Let's see. The cognitive dissonance says, hi again, Eric. Are there breathing exercises that benefits the vagus nerve? Yes. Every single breathing exercise benefits the vagus nerve. Remember, the role of the vagus nerve, the vagal nerve, is to bring us from rest and digest to fight or flight. When we need to fight or when we need to flee, not before. Not when we're in a traffic situation, not when we're standing in line in the bank, not when we are laying in bed thinking about our finances or family situation. That's when we need to be resting and digesting. So the role of the vagal nerve is to bring us up when we need it, but keep us down when we don't need to be it. So every breath we do has a purpose. Is it going to be to bring us up, or is it going to be to bring us back down, or is it going to help keep us even? So right now, being, for me, it's 5 o'clock. I've already done my breath of fire. I'm going out for a walk. I'm going to do some burpees afterwards. Hey, Lucy. Rosie says, Yogi, I'll come steal your cat and fly away. You don't have to steal my cat. I will give you my cat. I got 2 of them. Pick one. Take them both. My cat looked at me like good riddance. She's as eager. I love my cats. I'm just joking. I absolutely love my cats. But you know what? If I thought my cat would make you happy, you could come by and visit, hang out with me and my cats. You could use your flying pants to come on over here and hang out with me and my cats, and I will serve you oatmeal with peanut butter. Hey, Commander Turkey, how are you? Alpha Turkey. I don't want to forget the alpha. What did I miss from Cat? I see Sissy laughing. Where did Cat go? Oh, there it is. Yogi says that if you dream you're flying, you probably are, so no worries on age restriction. Thank you, Cat. It's been a while since I've had a flying dream. I think I should invoke that. And you know what? Here's what I know for certain. And you guys can debate this if you want, but you're never too old for pants, right? I can't declare, hey, I'm 60. I don't need pants anymore, and then walk around pantless. I'll give it a try today. If you see this afternoon, just a Yogi doing burpees in his jail cell, you'll know that my little pantless experience did not go. If I were to say, well, I'm 60 years old. I don't need pants. To the police officer who was questioning me, I don't think he would buy it. So I'm going with Cat. There are no age restrictions for flying pants. I think that's what Cat was trying to say, right? That's what I'm taking from our conversation. So we are going to do some breath work. Cat says, new when I'm a 100 roll, no pants necessary. So I got 39 plus more years wearing these stupid pants, walking around some kind of a chump wearing pants. If Josh Edit was here, he would edit that and it would be a quote for 2025. Cognitive Dissonance says, Eric, I dreamt that I was a plump, fluffy, whitish yellow bird. I burst through the wall of a dark castle and on up through the field. That seems like a particularly wonderful dream. What does that signify? Tiger King says, saying hi to everyone. Put for me, Lucy. William says, I don't know about flying. I always had intensified sense of bounding at massive jumps, kind of like how the Hawk does it, but more control. I used to have, as a kid, dreams of gliding. I would wake up in the morning on a Saturday. And it seemed so real, like it wasn't even a dream, and literally glide down my steps. My feet did not touch the steps. There was a buffer zone of air that supported me, and I would literally fly and glide down the steps. I've had flying dreams. I've had controlled flying dreams, lucid dreams. All right, let me put my other shoe on, and let's do some very simple breath work. Let's see. Lee says, I've been talking behind MK back and have sent voice notes and emails concerning his behavior, and thankfully it has ceased, and the person involved feels relieved. I've also told him to his face, too. Interesting. All right. I'm a little lost in some of the conversation. You know, talking about pants. But I'll try to catch up. Um, just look to see what's going on. I do want to do some breath work. Skid says, what about Cat and Yogi? And T and Jason, Puppy Monster, Seb? What about us? Lee says, thank you, Yogi. You're welcome. Tiger, can you make me mod so you can sub people? Would you read, please? I can make you sub. I can make you. See your second time here. I'm taking a leap of faith. Tiger King, if I could ask you to consider the viewpoint from every possible angle, and that everything that is perceived as an attack is not necessarily an attack and does not deserve a defensive posture. I'm not asking you to never do that or anything like that, but to consider that our perspective is always going to be limited as our perspective and not the actuality of the situation itself. We never know where someone's coming from, but here's what we do know. Everything that seems like an attack is actually an appeal for help or a cry for healing. So how do we treat people who are asking for help? Do we say, I don't like the way you're asking? I know you're hurt, but hey, could you be a little more considerate in your hurtfulness because it's affecting me? Anyway, why are we talking about people talking about behind each other's back? And if we're talking about people behind each other's back, are we indeed talking about people as we talk about people talking about people behind each other's pants? Pants. Did you hear that? I still have pants on my mind. The last thing I said, talking about people's pants. I would never judge someone by the pants that they wore. I had to go to school once, maybe first grade, in homemade pants that I was so proud of. They were homemade pants. My mom made me pants. Boy, was I ridiculed. And this was in 1971 when everyone dressed funny. We were supposed to dress funny. It was 1971. So here's the goal. Don't worry about what people say behind your back. It's behind your back. Concern yourself with what you do. With what you do. Are you living the example that you want others to follow? Are you being the message that you want others to receive? Rosie says, Yogi, I'm confused. I hope no one hurt MK's feelings. I don't know. I don't know, Rosie. I got to go in a minute, so we're going to do some breath work. I want to read William's comment. Eric, I guess the question would be if you want a specific pair of pants to be able to fly, or like wings equipped for the pants to fly so that you can change them out when washing. Wait, we're supposed to wash our pants? Why is this news coming to me at the age of 60? I only have, you know what? I have 147 pairs of running shoes, and all of them are like barefoot minimalistic shoes. Doesn't make sense. I have about 1,000 different shirts. I have 6 pair of underwear and like 3 pair of pants. 2 of them are shorts. If you guys invite me to a formal function, I hope you realize I'm showing up barefoot and in short pants. Hopefully, there'll be future flying pants and I will be flying to your social engagement. So, not knowing exactly what is going on, Skits, I wouldn't worry about sorting through anything. Here's what I would do. Me. Sniper says, I believe MC Hammer. I bet you those were flying pants, Sniper. Here's, if it was me, what I would do. I would go through life with gentleness, ease, and infinite forgiveness, and not concern myself with what other people do, how other people think at all. And through that demonstration of kindness, gentleness, tenderness, um, hopefully there'd be some, what's the word, Sniper? Scientific word. Entrainment. Entrainment. Cat says everything's called to love or call for love. Uh, Even when I'm in a bad mood, and take it out on my friends, on my friend Magnetic North Adventures. So if you took it out, and I know that if you did take it out, it was in a very gentle fashion, in a very loving fashion. It was your own appeal for help. It was your own appeal for love. Because we get lost. Even Cat and Jack, who is the most loving person that I know, she can get lost. All of us do. Sometimes we choose the wrong teacher. It's okay to choose the wrong teacher because it's a great reminder. It's our lesson. Choose the other teacher. Don't Geek says, I don't know what S2HU, peanut head, nerdy. Wait a minute. Let me finish. Let me finish reading that. Nerdy egghead. Are you saying egghead as in smart? Because I wear glasses? Don't let the glasses fool you guys. I'm not as smart as these glasses make me appear to be. We might not have flying pants, but we do have the illusion of glasses making me appear smarter than I am. Anna says, Yogi, may I ask you how you would define confidence? Yes. Knowing who you truly are. Not projecting the illusion of an ego that is smarter, more competent, or better in any way than anyone else, but knowing the sameness of the actuality of who you are. And a non-dual perspective, and the unicity of God, and the unconditionality of love, there are distinctions based within a sameness, meaning that I am a unique expression of love cresting as a wave, and then I emerge back into that ocean of consciousness, the unconditional love of who I truly am. So as I crest in that wave of individuality and I look around and I see other waves, instead of saying that wave has more hair than me, that wave doesn't wear glasses, that wave over here has flying pants, what the heck? This wave doesn't have flying pants and is wearing glasses. This wave only owns 3 pair of pants and countless shoes. So self-confidence is looking and saying, but that's all okay. Because I'm the ocean. I'm not a wave. And I'm assured in my oceanness. I'm assured in my unconditionality of love. Confidence is offering ourselves as that God spark, as our friend Sissy put out there, and I've heard Kat say, or God spark. Guys, we might not have time for breath work. I apologize. Blame me. However, if you reach out after I take my walk, I will do personal breath work with whoever wants to do it. Even whoever it was who called me a nerdy egghead, which I sort of take as a compliment. I've never really been called nerdy before. Got to remember, guys, in high school, I was part jock and full deadhead. I was the freaky long-haired guy in the smoking area who was also carrying around his football equipment. Briefly, but for a bit. I'm taking I'm taking the chaps. Flying chaps. Flying chaps creates a whole nother sort of problems, doesn't it? I don't want to know what would never mind. We're not going down that chap road. Jerome says egghead is a term for a scientist. However, I once said Eric is a buff Mr. Planners. You did say that. Mascot guy. You did say that. If any artist friend wants to make a thumbnail of a buff Yogi Mr. Peanut, tell you what, guys, you would look at me differently if I had a monocle. I promise you that. If I had a monocle, you guys wouldn't be making fun of me. You wouldn't be teasing me. You'd be like, oh man, look at Yogi. Look at that wave cresting as a guy with a monocle. My life would be different, guys. Hey, Praveen. Hello, my friend. Praveen, big love to you. Anyway, flying pants and a monocle? Shit. I'd be untouchable. So yeah, I don't really know what happened up there in the conversation. Is it worth upsetting your peace of mind what someone else does? Do you think you're ultimately ever going to change anyone? Thank you, Praveen. Because you're not. And I wouldn't want to. Who am I to deprive someone of the lesson that they might need to learn? And do I want to karmically involve myself in someone else's karma? That means I've inherited all that stuff that came with this person. I am inheriting it. Now I'm intimately involved in it. I got my own karmic stuff I got to deal with. I don't need to add in addition to it. We think we're doing good. Do we know what good is? Do we know what this person needs to learn, how they need to express it, who they are, where they are coming from? Or we are offering our own interpretation. This is good, this is bad. This is how someone should behave, this is how someone shouldn't behave. We don't know. This is why Jesus says to get our own house in order. And I bet you Krishna said something similar. I think Krishna said, guys, wake up, eat peanut butter oatmeal, get in your flying pants, and go out and enjoy the day. I believe that's in the Bhagavad Gita. I could be mistaken. I haven't read it since last year. I'm overdue for a reading in 2025. Cash says, no bald head. What do you mean, no bald head? Yes, bald head. Cognitive says, Eric, I'd like to join the unique but untitled Blue Wave mod tribe. Well, I've mentioned this before. For people to join, there's a trial by fire. There's a physical requirement. There's a emotional, psychological. Some people call it a torment. Not everyone passes. Some are broken by this trial. There's the combat, and then trial by combat. You have to defeat Sniper in a battle of flying pants, and he's a sniper. You can't beat Sniper. Very few even match him. If you match him and you're deemed worthy, then Sniper says, yes, bestow the blue shield. Or you can come in here and say, hey, I wouldn't mind being a mod, and I'm a pretty nice guy. Do you think you could do it? We can do it that way. We could do it that way if you want. Where did Cognitive... where'd you go, Cognitive? There you are. Cognitive says, I'm not broken by... You know what? You did endure the flying pants and peanut butter commentary with good humor and kindness. That's a pretty big trial of fire right there. You most certainly do deserve the mod status, my friend. Praveen says, Yogi, sir, you know, and again, reminding me that I am a sniper trained soldier. Yes, our friend Praveen. He's been there. Praveen is a wonderful example of someone who's actually been in an actual trial and has retained not just his humanness, but his saintliness, his goodness, his kindness. Our friend Praveen is an example of the best possible outcome in a given situation. If you can't tell, Praveen, absolutely love our friend Praveen. Hey, Archie. Guys, I got to get out and look for beavers, foxes, and owls. It's been maybe 2 weeks since I've seen an owl or even heard one. Have you ever hit yourself in the head with one of those weights you lift? Purposely? No. I've never purposely hit myself in the head with anything, although I did once headbutt a Marine in a Georgetown bar. Good naturedly. We did it together. I was unaware at the time that he was wearing a baseball cap, turned around, and it had 4 imprints in my head from where those little nuggy thingies, I believe they're actually called, where they stick out where you adjust your cap. Um, they stick out just enough to leave a bleeding imprint in your forehead. Ah, good times. Good times. Happy for you to be here, Cognitive. All right, guys, I'm going out. Taking a walk. Thanks for being here. Much appreciated. Praveen says, watching Yogi Sir live, I get fully filled with love, joy, and happiness. That's what you offer others, Praveen. You are seeing your own best self reflected for me, and if I can only be a reflection for someone else, my job fulfilled. Literally fulfilled. Full and filled. It's a great word, fulfilled, isn't it? All right, I'm not going to go on another tangent. I promise you. Although I am tempted to go on a tangent about the word tangent. I have no idea. Never mind. Kat says, Praveen, Yogi has an effect. Thank you, Kat. Lisa says, see you later, Yogi Eric. See you, Lucy. You know what, Lucy? I don't know why you saying see you later, Yogi Eric, just brought a really, really big smile to my heart. Lucy, I absolutely love you. Lucy has often referred to me as a big brother, although probably a youngish uncle. A youngest uncle might be better suited. I could not be prouder if I had a sister or a niece who was our friend, Lucy. Could not be prouder if that was ever the case. I just absolutely love Lucy. What a wonderful person. Lucy says, oh, thanks and welcome, Eric. Thanks. All right, guys. I'm going to go take my walk. I love you guys. Thanks for being here and hanging out with me. Welcome in Tiger King, who is newly a mod status to help, stuff, as well as Cognitive Dissonance, which is an awesome name. And I got your channel up. I'm going to go visit. I am subscribed. You are now at 17. Hey, not everyone needs to put out stuff, but if you ever decide to, let us know. All right, guys. I love you all. I'll see you later. I might do a members live stream of either breathwork or yoga, or maybe just talking, and I might not. We'll see. Love you guys. Archie, thanks for hanging out with us, my friend. Bye, guys.